Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm down here in the leather shop. I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to make a sling for a new rifle. Let me flip you around and we'll get started. Okay, just picked up this rifle. It's for deer hunting, and we got a deer season coming up here in about 5 days. So I'm in a bit of a hurry. Before I try sighting this in and see how it's going to shoot, I want to have a sling on it. And you see I've already picked up the hardware. I got it mounted, so now we're going to get out some leather and start making our sling. The first step is to choose the leather I want to use. I kind of got an idea. I'm going to use this because it's, I'll get it down and I'll show it to you. Okay, this is a buffalo hide. It's already tan or colored, you can see, and it's going to match that walnut pretty well. It's a little darker and it's got a bit of a red tint. The camera's not really picking it up. It's a little bit red. You can tell by the pores how the hide it looks that it's buffalo. Now what's cool about that is that this rifle I got is a 45-70, and that's the caliber that nearly made the buffalo extinct. So yeah, when I thought about how I was going to do this, I know I want to use this leather, and I want to kind of customize it a little bit too. But this is what we're going to make our strap out of. We'll start with our strap, and then we'll figure out the part that's going to go over our shoulder. Okay, so this little tool right here is called a strap cutter. And the way it works is you will put your leather. You'll start with a big sheet like I've got. I've already done it. But you feed that leather through right here. And I'll show you real quick how it works. Getting it started is the hard part because this leather is really soft and pliable. But see, you'd have your whole big sheet here, and then once you get it started on the side, you just run it right down the side of that leather and pull it through like that. And what you have is a nice even strap. All right, there's our short little piece with the ends nice and squared up. So now we'll fold it over. Okay, this will go through the sling. This will be held together with a snap, and then this will sew to our armrest. So the first thing we're going to do is take our hole cutters, punch a hole right where we want it, about right there. Get nice and even. Okay, it's on both sides. So now we'll put the hardware in. And then I often get ahead of myself when I'm talking to you guys. So I didn't actually need two holes that size. I need a bigger hole here. You can see there's my button stud. Okay, it's in there. So I'm gonna put a bigger hole right here. Okay, like that. Now we gotta put us a little cut in there, and then our button stud will slide right in. We will just do that now. All right, so see, that'll fold around. There, and just hook in like that, okay? Now, what we'll do is we will start designing our pad that's going to hit our shoulder. So for this, I was looking here, I think I want it to be about 3 inches wide. So I'm not going to use my strap cutter for that. I'm gonna come out here the end, right there, measure 3 inches, and I'm gonna mark this corner. And I'm gonna come up about 18 inches, somewhere up in here, and I'm gonna do the same thing, and then I'm gonna take a straight line between them and cut that. Okay, there's a strap, and you can see that will lay on your shoulder, and it's wide enough that it won't dig into your shoulder. So we got that piece. I actually made it 20 inches long. I got to square this end up. I'm going to leave it like it is for now, because you can kind of see. So this is our show side, and then this is the back side. I want to make it a little fancy, so I'm going to sew one to the back side, take the front side and put them back to back and sew them together, where this side will go against my shoulder. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the ends of this pad fit down to 1 inch where my strap goes. So I'm going to cut these angles off right there on all 4 corners. All right, see what I'm talking about? Now I'll flip it around and do the other side. Okay, here's my piece, and I went ahead and left the tail on there because I had plenty of material. I got 14 inches from that point to that point, so I'm liking it so far. Now what we got to do is flip it over and make a piece from here to there. Okay, so I got a little 14-ounce plain material here. I got my part laid out. All I got to do is trace around it to this point and then cut it out. Okay, so there's our part cut out, and this is what'll be showing on the outside, and we can do some fun stuff with that. What they'll do is they'll get sewn back to back, just like that. Okay, so it'll be good and strong right there. Now we got to decide what we're going to put on it. Okay, so I got to looking at it, and I got a design change here. I'm not going to use the top piece that we started with. This tail that I left on there is going to be my top. Okay, I made it nice and adjustable, so I got plenty of length if I need it, but I think I want it right there. And then what we'll do is we'll take the leftover part of our strap, and it'll go up in between the two and give it lots of strength up in there. It'll be hidden, and then we can just cut it to length when we're done. So now all we got to do is decide how we're going to decorate this part here. All right, I got the laser running. While the laser's etching our piece that's going to go on here, I took my strap and I cut my hole, or I punched my holes in it. I got a brass rivet right there. I'm going to put 2 of those in. That'll hold it good and firm. And then when our piece goes on, we'll sew around and across all 3 of them and hold it in there good and solid. And this will be hidden other than the brass you see on the outside. And that's going to look pretty good on that brass. A little different color, but actually that's a copper rivet. That's why it's a different color. But yeah, we'll get those in there. I'll take a minute. I'll show you. I've already got one done, and the way that works is I got this tool. It's just a punch. See how that point goes in your rivet? Makes sense now. Seeing is makes pictures worth 1,000 words. I had a buddy of mine. He helped me out, made me this piece. It's like a guide, so because I was getting them crooked, they weren't going in. So what I do is I'll set this on there just like so, and then I'll just hold it nice and straight and then drive my punch down in there. And I just heard the laser stop, so we'll check that out. Okay, so there's our piece. Got the logo on there and added my name. Now what I want to do is I want to put just a really, really light, so you got too much contrast, I think, right there. So I want to darken that up just a little bit. It will age over time. It'll get darker over time, but I'm going to put a little bit on there right now so that our stitches show up really nice through there. Okay, what I've learned over time is to do some test pieces before you do your main piece. It started out at a really dark, and then I got a little darker, and then I really, really diluted it. And I'm pretty happy with this color, but it went on, I went over it a couple times with my little swab. That wasn't perfect, so I've got me what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this in one swoop here. I'm gonna try to put it here and drag it across. It's not quite gonna fit, but another thing you can do is you can wet down. I'll probably take my spray bottle and I'll wet down, that way it doesn't all soak into one spot real fast. So we'll get it to where it's already a little bit damp. Then we'll hit it with our color and try to get it just a little lighter. We don't want these dark spots because that'll cover up some of our etching in there. All right, so I'm gonna need both hands for that. already looks nice. It's hardly soaking it at all. All right, nice and even. Okay, there's what we got. Now see that stitching, I really like that when that contrast sticks out. So I'm glad I put that color on there. I think I was able to get it just the right color. Just the right color. Really happy with it. The back side, that'll keep it from stretching as well. Now all we got to do is figure out the length of this tail and how it's going to fold in, and it's going to work just like that one. All right, so I got it on there, and the length, I went ahead and left that big tail. I've got it kind of big because it's bigger than I need it, but all I got on is a t-shirt. So I figure once I put a bunch of clothes on, if I go out when it's really cold, I might need more. So I've just left myself plenty of length there. All right, so I think I've made a sling that's somewhat worthy of the gun. Henry put a lot of time into this and made a beautiful gun, and I kind of wanted a sling that was worthy of it. I don't know that I accomplished that, but I got close. I'm pretty happy with it. I really like the colors. I think it turned out pretty good. Okay guys, that's it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, think about subscribing to our channel. You never know what we're going to do next. As always, we thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next one.